Looking for simple ideas to manage your life and business? You're in the right place. Here you'll find realistic tips and ideas to tame your task list in easy ways. I'm your host, Amy Michaels. Let's get started together with today's episode of the Tame Your Task List podcast. Hi, friend. Thanks so much for joining us for this premiere episode of the Tame Your Task List podcast. If you're like most of us, your task list keeps growing, but you don't seem to have a growing amount of time on your hands to get all these things done. However, there are some key strategies, tips, secrets, insights that I can hardly wait to share with you to help you tame your task list and make sure that your time, energy, and efforts are going to the things that matter most to you. And the best part is that we are not going to tell you that you need to buy a bunch of different tools and resources and overhaul everything you're doing. We're actually going to focus on simplifying things. We're going to be having conversations around those questions that help you figure out the right answer for your unique situation in your season of life. So let's get started with a simple myth about our task list. Most of us believe that our task list will really never be finished, even though we had this internal desire to have everything complete. I mean, we dream of that, right? We think about, oh, won't it be great someday when I have all these things done? But yet we keep having new ideas and we keep having obstacles that come in the way of our current ideas, and we fizzle out on things that we started, and then we feel guilty because we're in the middle of them, yet we want to start something else that seems much more fun and exciting to do. If that's you, you are not alone, my friend. In fact, it is common that most of us feel that way, operate that way, and that is our normal. But I am here to tell you that you really can break free from that heavy, never-ending task list with just a few simple adjustments that you can actually use right now, today. And the cool thing is that these strategies work for both paper task lists or digital task list. Tip number 1. Are you the kind of person that needs reminders? For example, if you have a birthday coming up, does it make you feel stressed or grateful when you get that ping reminder in your inbox or on your notifications to remind you that that's coming up in the future? Personally, I love getting that notification that someone's birthday is coming up in 2 weeks. That gives me plenty of time to buy a gift, schedules a card being delivered, mailing something, however I want it to work out. 2 weeks is plenty of time for me to know ahead of time. And the beautiful thing about those kind of reminders that you could set them up one time and they'll remind you year after year after year. So if you like reminders, then it's really great to use that sort of digital task list for reoccurring tasks. Tip number 2 is to have separate task lists for each hat that you wear. The reason why this is if you are at work or you are in a work state of mind, then you need to see very clearly what your tasks are that you have to do for your work responsibilities. However, when it's time for you to be off of work and you're then taking care of your home or your family, then you need to have a task list to help you focus on just that area. The reason why it's so helpful to have separate task lists for each of the hats that we wear is because it gives our brain this little break. All those things that can distract us from focusing on what we are doing at the moment. It actually helps us to be more present, get the task done in less time, and to have that satisfaction of focusing on doing a better job. If you are a digital task list person, it's really easy for you to just create a new task list for each of the areas of your life where you have tasks to do. And if you are a paper task list person, it's really easy to either have different sections in your planner, separate spiral notebooks, or separate planners for each area of your life where you have a different task list. The reason why this works so beautifully, though, is that when you clock into work, you can quickly glance over your work task and decide what's going to get your time and attention during that time. And when you're done working, then you can then look at your personal task list and you know these are the things that need my time and attention today. It's a really quick and easy way to help you actually focus and get things done. Now, I have a great mini class called Tame Your Task List mini course that I would love to show you that takes us even a step further to help you focus even more. It's really short, less than 15 minutes, and it's my gift to you. So be sure and check out the link below or head over to tameyourtasklist.com to get access to that. And tip number 3 is something that I think we all need to hear. And that is, just because it's on your task list doesn't mean it's a race to get everything on that list done by the end of the day, by the end of the week, or even by the end of the month. Somehow, it's become this habit for us to take on every single task and push ourselves to sheer exhaustion just for the sake of completing all the tasks. I used to live like that. I completely understand how absolutely exhausting it is because the next day, when you're waking up tired from the day before, you have to do it all over again. Somehow, most of us have fallen into this habit where it's perfectly normal for us to give up sleep or family time or having a nice dinner for the sake of pushing ourselves to get through this task list with deadlines that we created ourselves that don't leave room for us to also take care of the things that are important to us, like sleep, like exercise, like being truly present with our family so that we can enjoy the tiny moments of our day. I don't know about you, but I am done rushing through life. I am so happy to have my family here. I want to create memories with them. I want to have a business, and I am determined to make sure that our life stays simple enough that we can truly do the things that are important to us, both in our home life, our personal life, as well as in our business. So this third tip is really about flipping your schedule around and protecting the time to do the things that are the most important to you and being very honest with ourselves about how much time we have left and not overscheduling that. Whether you love schedules and routines or they really make you feel claustrophobic, I do have something coming up really special. I will be announcing that later, but we're going to be working on creating a schedule that really does honor and work for your family. It's customizable. It is unlike anything I've ever seen in the time management, productivity arena, and I can hardly wait to share it with you. So be sure and sign up for our emails over at tameyourtasklist.com so that you'll be notified when that challenge unlocks. I hope each of these tips have given you just a tiny peek about some of the great things that we're going to be talking about on the Tame Your Task List podcast. The other thing that we do here is that we close each episode with an accountability action step. Because while I hope that you are nodding right along and saying, that is a great idea, or I feel that way too, I want you to also be inspired to take a small step of action toward the end result that you want from our time together here. We do that with the accountability action step. I'm going to invite you to take an action step right now and let me know which of these 3 tips were your favorite. Tip 1, 2, or 3. Just drop a comment below and let us know, and then we will respond just to give you some accountability to let you know that we care and want to encourage you to take action. All right, that's all for this episode. Until next time, I'm cheering you on. Thanks so much for joining us for this episode of the Tame Your Task List podcast. We'd love to encourage you even more to focus your time and energy on what matters most to you in life and business. Connect with us over at tameyourtasklist.com for insights we only share with our email subscribers. We'll see you there.